Yeah.
All right, we will come back into session. And next on the list is events and strategic partnership. And Ron is on the phone, so that's you, Eddie.
Good morning, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. I'd like to present the tactical plan for events and strategic partnerships. Goal 1, community events. The plan is to identify and prioritize events that foster positive growth, community growth, promote a pro-growth environment, and generate significant economic impact through increased tourism in visitor spending, larger tax GRT revenues. The progress to date, the village has successfully hosted a summer concert series called Under the Mountain Sky, along with several additional community events that achieve strong attendance, positive participant feedback, and meaningful community engagement. These events provided valuable data and insights to support future evaluation efforts and strengthen funding decisions moving forward. So if you had a chance to go out to Under Mountain Sky, you guys all,
Love it.
Yeah.
it's a pretty cool event, yeah.
That's wonderful. I love that.
Yeah, we were averaging around 300 people or so, I'd say on average, for those community events. We had 14 shows with entertainers that were playing acoustic music that were either locally or regionally. And some were even from Nashville and from as far away as California too. And these are kind of up and coming artists who are just starting to get things going. And so it was really cool to work with, we had a great partnership with Bradshaw and Phil Hamilton, and they did a really good job hosting the concert series.
Eddie, what was the mix of locals versus out-of-towners?
Different artists, like say for instance, there was one guy named Max Gomez who was from Albuquerque. He was pulling a lot of people as far as Albuquerque and then Las Cruces.
Good.
So we were getting a good mix of people coming in from different parts of New Mexico.
But the best thing about it was there was a lot of Ruidoso residents.
Yeah.
And, it was really a time to see people that maybe you don't see all the time, but they're
Especially
friends.
after all the disasters. Eddie, I wanted to ask you, and I didn't know if this is part of it. You'll recall my impassioned vote against Xterra and Iron Man.
Yes.
In hindsight, I was probably wrong, but it.
You were wrong. You were wrong.
Thank you for that vote of confidence.
No, you just saw things different.
But I admit it.
Yes.
But part of that decision was based upon not seeing the economic benefits. And I know it's kind of like marketing. It's really hard to pin down. Going forward, are you going to be able to provide more of an idea of how much benefit we're getting economically out of events?
Sure, Councilor Corey, I assume responsibility for that too as well, because I came after, we talked afterwards, and I told you, I didn't give you enough information I felt that would have helped you in that decision. So we talked about it, and moving forward, like for instance, we're talking about the diving competition event. So what I'm going to do is moving forward with that, I'll provide you a economic impact calculator chart that will show you kind of what it looks like financially, what we can expect as far as impact to the village financially. So they'll hopefully give you some numbers for your decisions.
So with that said, the Xterra event last year, which was a limited event.
Yeah.
Did the attendance exceed expectations?
Yeah, we had, what we did is we did a geolocating with phones and data. So just alone in Wingfield Park, we had around 3,100 unique people there. That's not counting all the people that were at the lake too, as far as that. But we had 3,100 people there. And the economic numbers that came back for that event were right around $6.5 million for economic impact. Yeah.
That's great, because I had heard there were 400 participants, and I'm thinking, is
Yeah.
that all? But
Yeah, it was just under, it was like, just like 500 or excuse me, it was like 465, I think, athletes that participated. The events coming up for Xterra coming forward, I mean, they were already up to, I think, 700 or 800 people already for athletes already signed up, and we're expecting double that by the time we get to the actual event. But the Xterra World Championship event is a world event where you're going to have Olympian athletes, the best athletes in the world coming in. And I already have, like, Team France and Team Italy are already looking at getting places here a month in advance for their dietitians, their trainers, their coaches, their families. And so we're going to have like an international village for 3 to 4 weeks here. It'll be really interesting. And, you know, and the thing, like when I was in Italy, it was just all these different, you know, places from around the world coming together. And you would think you would need translators. Now, everyone speaks as a common language is English throughout the whole event. So it's easy to communicate with everybody, and it's going to be a really exciting time.
did you do a postmortem after the event? What'd you call that,
Postmortem?
Aaron, yesterday?
Oh, after-action review or a hot wash?
Yeah, to identify maybe things we
Yeah.
need to do differently.
Yeah, we've been working with all the different folks as far as EOC, Parks and Recs, and just as a whole, the team did a great job. I mean, everybody in the village chipped in and did such an amazing job with the event. We're just tightening up things right now. So like with, we have Ironman coming up, and we're, being that it's right in the middle of monsoon season, you know, we want to really make sure that we are buttoned up with that. So we're working on things like that to make sure that we have all the different plans in place. If it starts to come down, we start getting flooding, how we're going to be proactive with making sure that people are safe and holding the event until it passes, and then moving on when it's safe. So, Councilor Corey, yeah, we're meeting with a lot of different groups within the village to make sure that moving forward, anything that we saw that we were needing a little tweaking on this last Xterra event, we can move forward, making sure that we have the World Championships in Ironman.
You talked about, I think at the last council meeting, restaurant hours for
Yeah.
the European visitors.
Yeah.
Any success there?
We're working, Councilor Corey, we're working with Tim with RMA, and then also the Chamber, just to kind of educate businesses that, I don't know if you've been to Europe before or not, but most of the people don't eat dinner until later on. I mean, they don't even start having dinner until 8 or 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's a much later culture as far as, you know, eating dinner and stuff. So, and a lot of the restaurants or businesses close much earlier than that. So it's something we're trying to get the word out so that they can hopefully take advantage of the opportunities that will be here during that time, and, you know, make sure that soap stores are open and everything.
Yeah.
Well, and their businesses close at 2 in the afternoon often until 4.
I know.
Yeah, I'll have to take my siesta then, see?
Any other questions in regards to the community event side? Nope. Okay, the next one would be goal number 2, which is music events. And the plan is to attract and support musical groups that align with the village's character, values, and visitor experience while driving tourism, community engagement, and measurable economic impact. And progress today, the village has successfully hosted a municipal league concert featuring a variety of local and national talent, such as Clay Hollis, who came in. He's a natural recording artist. The event demonstrated strong community participation, support local musicians, and provided valuable insights into audience engagement and operational planning for future music-focused events. So with everything happening with the track, I've actively been really looking at bringing in opportunities that will be concerts that would bring in large amounts of people. Also looking at events that we've had in the past, such as Cowboy Symposium, and looking at how can I say this, to bring it back, and to really focus on things that were positives that we no longer have here right now. The Symposium event, from what I understand, was one of the most attended events in the village, and it would bring
Big.
20,000 people, I think, or from what I'm being told.
And national exposure.
Yeah.
They televised it several times.
The Chuck Wagon dinners.
So I'm working with different folks who worked on the event in the past to try to bring it back and look at how we can resurrect it to make it as successful as it was in the past. And looking at events like that are going to highlight Ruidoso, our community, bring people in and help put some heads in beds and give us back some revenue that we've lost through the unfortunate closing of the track.
What venues?
Well, I think it's a mixture of things that we have, such as it's a possibility that an event could be at the track, potentially a concert. We're still working through that to see if it's viable. But Wingfield Park is great for concerts. Also, the convention center could be an opportunity. We could put a couple thousand people in the convention center for a concert. Or looking at potentially White Mountain Sports Complex. That area could be a possibility for a festival event. We just can't, we wouldn't be able to serve alcohol because of the school being there, but that is a venue that could host a pretty good-sized festival.
That could be a downer, though, right there.
Yeah, I know.
Not for me.
But we're just looking and trying to evaluate different places that may make sense. And as always, the issue is at certain times of year, we get rain in monsoon season, and that can really make a big impact too. If we're bringing in a national entertainment where we've got 3,000 or 4,000 people that are waiting, and all of a sudden it gets rained out, it's kind of a bummer. Ideally, in the future, potentially, if we had an event complex like an arena or a larger convention center, that would give the ability to bring in, big events that would help us with not getting rained on. So that's something that we could look at down the road, maybe. Any questions or suggestions for music events? No? Okay, moving forward. The next one is Goal 3, film events. The plan is to serve as a primary point of contact for film and media productions to attract, support, and manage filming activity in the village of Ruidoso, while maximizing tourism exposure, community engagement, and economic impact through increased lodgers tax and GRD. Let's see here. And then for the progress to date, the village has successfully hosted several motion picture productions with majority focused on family-oriented and seasonal holiday content. These projects significantly elevated Ruidoso's visibility within the film industry and demonstrated the village's capacity to support large-scale productions while generating meaningful tourism exposure and measurable economic impact to the community. I don't know if you all know this or not, but our movie, The Lost Bus, just got nominated for an Oscar for Best Visual Effects. So if it wins an Oscar for Best Visual Effects, Ruidoso will have an Oscar-winning film under its belt.
Really?
It's a pretty big deal.
It's great.
I hated that we didn't get to see that. I don't have
Apple TV,
TV, and
Yeah.
so I didn't get to watch it.
you haven't seen it yet?
If you get T-Mobile, you get Apple TV free.
Well, I don't.
I'm not switching to T-Mobile.
Susan, Counselor Lemon, I have Apple TV, and I'd be glad to show you the movie if you ever want to see it.
There you
I'll bring the
go.
popcorn.
All right, deal.
Private showing.
Yeah, sure, right. So yeah, we've been really fortunate. We've had Hallmark movies here. We had that one that was filmed at Echo Ranch that's called Love at Hope Ranch. Okay, and that's going to be on the Hallmark Channel pretty soon, probably in the next couple
the name
months.
of it?
It's called Love at Hope Ranch. And it was filmed at Co Ranch, and it was filmed in the village too. At like it was at Win Place and Show, and a few different places. So that's an actual Hallmark movie, and it will be on the Hallmark Channel. Yeah, we had our Christmas movies. I don't know if you realize this or not. You know the Christmas classic movie
Yes.
during Christmas, it was in the top 10 on Netflix. I don't know if you knew that or not. Have you guys seen it? It's a quirky movie.
I saw it.
It's a quirky movie, but yeah, it was in the top 10 movies watched in Netflix during the Christmas season.
Have you got some deals in the works?
Yes.
You know who you're talking to.
Press you on it.
Is this one of those I can neither confirm nor deny?
How did Santa's cousin do?
Who was that?
Santa's cousin?
Oh yeah, we had the Santa's Cousin movie. It did pretty well. It's on, I think, Amazon's Prime, I think, and a few other ones. And it was filmed a little bit in Ruidoso, but mainly it was in Las Cruces. But it was a cute movie. It was.
You could tell Ruidoso, because
Yeah.
they had several
Yeah.
shots that you could easily recognize.
Yeah.
It started out with the Ruidoso sign. Mm-hmm. That's how the movie started.
We are working on 3 more Hallmark movies, and we don't have them pinned down just yet. But Counselor Corey, I guarantee you that if we get any movies, I'm going to invite all y'all out again so you can get some pictures and get a chance to see it. And thank you for all coming out to the Exit Protocol movie where they had Michael J. White filming and stuff. It was great to have you all come out. And even though Dolph Lundgren didn't show up, we still, But no, we're trying to look at ways to really incentivize the place that we call Home Here Ruidoso with film. And we're looking at creating a Ruidoso Film Festival. And that's something that I think would really help put us on the map in the filming community. And so we're working on that now. So the idea is to have local venues in Ruidoso for doing the movies and then having a premiere with a major star at the Spencer to have a big red carpet gala event. And that would be kind of like Ruidoso's big deal as far as a film festival. And that's something we're working on. And we're hoping to do it in February of 2027. That's kind of the idea for it. And so we can do that. Like we're talking with some pretty big celebrities right now to have them come in and be guest speakers. And if we do that, that will bring directors, producers, film companies to Ruidoso, and they'll get a chance to see the village, meet leadership, and know that this is a film-friendly destination, and hopefully bring in a lot more movies here and hopefully TV shows.
You mentioned the Spencer. Do you coordinate at all with Spencer and with the Inn on their events?
So we're working right now, Charles, over at the Spencer to do the film festival there. So we do communicate with them. With the Inn, not as much. We really focused. My focus is to be within Ruidoso and the community here. But yeah, we don't really we don't have too much with the Inn as far as working with them. They're kind of separate. And then we're looking at trying to build on that because the film tax incentive for our area is the highest film tax incentive in the country. So if we were to build like a filming place, like right now we're looking at the Spencer as a possible film tax incentive location because it meets certain requirements. And so if the Spencer someone wanted to come in and film something at the Spencer, it would qualify for 40% tax incentive. And that's the highest tax incentives in the United States. And what that means is when someone says a film tax incentive, they think, what is that, like 40% off the tax? No, the state actually has a huge surplus of money set aside. So that way when a movie, like say for instance, a movie comes in and it's a $100 million, big movie, and they film it here and they're using our folks to work on the movie, our catering, our hotels, and they're using all New Mexico based businesses. When the movie's done, they can submit those receipts and actually get back a rebate from the state up to 40% of what their costs are. So they get back, like say if it was a $100 million movie, potentially they could get back $40 million.
But if I may, Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
But now that's from the state.
That's from the state.
That's not Ruidoso saying, oh, we're going to give you
not.
40%. We don't have any control over that one way or
Right.
another.
That's the state film office, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. But go ahead. Yep.
Reading about Timothy Busfield and Alec,
Baldwin.
Baldwin, yeah.
I'm wondering if productions are going to get scared of coming to New Mexico.
Counselor Corey, they have, since the Rust movie had that really horrible incident happen, all the movies now have become they have to have armorers on site to make sure that they're doing all the protocols to make sure there's no more accidents happening with weapons. So they're and right now is actually a very slow time for filming. So in LA, my friends who work at studios in LA are like, all the stages are closed right now. It's just a slow time, like right now, but things will go through its cycle and pick back up again. And hopefully here, come up in the next few months, we'll get some more movies coming back in. Yeah. Any questions on filming?
Nope.
Okay. Goal number 4, outdoor recreational events. The plan is to attract and support outdoor recreational opportunities that align with the community needs, values, and natural assets while driving tourism, enhancing quality of life, and generating measurable economic benefits. The progress today, the village successfully secured and booked several premier outdoor recreational events, including the Ironman 70.3 Triathlon and the Xterra World Championships. These high-profile events significantly elevate Ruidoso's reputation as a world-class outdoor recreation destination, drive substantial overnight visitation, and generate strong lodgers tax and GRT impacts. This also demonstrates the village's capacity to host large-scale endurance events while showcasing the region's exceptional natural assets. So we talked a little bit about Xterra and Ironman, and we've talked a little bit about an opportunity that I'm looking at trying to bring in, which is the Dodes Diving League event. And I've showed some of you some video of it, and we've talked a little bit about it. But it's bringing events like that are events that are bringing in people from all around the world, bringing in people who've never been to the region or even been to the United States before. So an event like that is Championships is based in Norway. It brings a large European group to the region.
The diving is from Norway?
Yeah, their championships are based out of Norway, and the people I'm working with are Norwegian, yeah.
That's the polar bear plunge.
I know. Yeah. And but it's looking at events like that. They're going to bring 3,000 to 5,000 people or more who've never been here before. And it's going to introduce them to our magical, beautiful gem of a village. And the thing with these, what's interesting about this event, it's televised live on ESPN. And so 80 to 70 million people are going to see this event. And it's going to bring a lot of eyeballs and attention to it. And what it does, it kicks off the beginning of the summer, June 6th, Saturday, June 6th. So right out of the beginning of the summer, we got this really cool event. People are going to be like, wow, what is this? And then the next month, we go into Ironman. A couple months later, we go into Xterra. So we're trying to find other events that we can fill in the pockets to keep it a full summer, for the village. But if we have the diving championships, to world championships for Xterra, for mountain biking, and Ironman, and, we are now being talked about worldwide.
I can remember as a kid, the Wild World of Sports, the
That's it.
Acapulco cliff diving.
This is similar, but not quite. These diving championships are not about less splash; they're about more splash. So it's
Oh, yeah,
it's
you're doing this.
exactly
Doing the belly flops.
belly flops, all that stuff.
I bet
Yeah.
we could all do that.
Sorry, I missed it.
It's okay, Mayor.
So you were talking about the
We were talking
dam
about,
diving.
the Dudes diving league. We were kind of going over it, and Susan had said she was going to participate in it.
Because it's warmer here.
We did talk about it yesterday
I could do a.
with the dam, on the Dam
On the
Safety
dam.
Bureau and the water guys, and so,
Yeah, but did you hear Terry?
yeah, he said he didn't think the guy would go for it, but.
Well, if they don't do it if we don't do the diving, because the idea is we'd create a platform on the dam, and they dive almost 50 feet off a platform right into the lake. If that's not possible, then we can look at creating the platform off the beach, or somewhere along those lines to find a place that makes sense for them to dive into. They said they need at least 3 meters of water.
Well, he said it's over 100 feet deep there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's so all this was brought up, so I found the video of Rodney and I jumping off.
Holding hands.
So you
2017.
didn't jump off the dam?
No,
You
it was
were
in the
at the
very back,
cliffs,
the
right?
back
Cliffs.
cliffs,
The
because the
cliffs.
water had gotten
Yeah.
up, and that's right after they opened up Grindstone to swimming and boating and all that.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal. I mean, it was like
People
people
were having a
everywhere.
great time.
Well, just kind of spinning off of that, if the event is held and people had to walk into there, Ron, will we have to do something ahead of time to look at allowing boats to go in there for spectators? Because I was watching the one video where you had hundreds of people in boats just watching.
And Mayor Crawford, Councilor Eby, they have to be electric boats because we don't allow any type of fuel engine type boats.
Or paddle.
Yes.
Paddle boats and.
Just make sure
Kayaks.
there's a designated area and it's, we'll have to be safe. But what Eddie said about Dam Safety Bureau, I'll text state engineer and ask her. We can have a call with her so we can talk more about it.
Elizabeth?
I'd love to hear that conversation.
I'll text her today, so.
But it's ideas like that and different events that are going to bring a lot of new visitors here, and looking at off-road events, all kinds of things like that. Those are things that we know we have the resources here already, and that we can utilize them.
Our motto back when I first got here was living in nature's playground.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we changed that for obvious reasons, but when you think about that, that was a lot of what it, even back then.
Yeah.
And it's come so much further on the outdoor expansion of trails and things, and so.
Well, we always grew up with Playground of the Southwest.
Playground of the Southwest, yeah. Yeah. Any more questions in regards to outdoor recreational events? Nope. Moving along to goal number 5, strategic partnerships. The plan is to work collaboratively with local, state, and national entities to develop and strengthen strategic partnerships that advance the Village of Ruidoso's tourism, economic development, and community growth objectives. The progress to date, the village has successfully partnered with local organizations such as RMA, the Chamber, to host several well-attended community events, including Aspen Fest, Midtown Halloween, and the Christmas Parade. These collaborative efforts strengthen community relationships, enhance visitor experience, and demonstrated the value of partnerships-driven events in generating economic and social benefits. So the events we partner up with Chamber and RMA have just been great. The Halloween event, I think, was the most attended Halloween parade we've ever had, from what I'm being told. And then the Christmas parade is just, that Santa Claus, he was great.
He was
Perfect. He was great, But it's those are great events, and those bring people from all around the region to come here and you know, get a taste of Rito, so.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we're working with, you know, when it comes to other groups, I mean, we're working very closely with Lansing Adams, with Secretary of Tourism for New Mexico True. He's been very helpful with all the different events we're doing. We're working very closely with people like Senator Steinborn with Outdoor Recreational Conference we have coming in. And he's also involved with film as well, and been a big supporter with all the different events we're bringing in. And we're just moving along and
Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead.
So
Yeah.
what about a potential, and it may exist, but a collaboration between you, being the village, and all the people within it that have venues that put on concerts? I mean, as simple as WPS,
Yeah.
you know, have a singer come in or up the street up here, or then out the end to look at a global calendar. Because a lot of times, I mean, it's not a bad thing, I guess, that you've got 3 or 4 different choices, but then if you did have where, oh, well, hey, instead of this night, you know, because we got Billy Bob, remember Billy Bob's always around, he's the best guy ever, maybe you could hold off, and then the next night you could have his cousin, whoever that is.
So like they had Snoop Dogg up there the same night that, and that's been a couple years ago, that the track had,
I miss Snoop.
but they were different. You know, had Snoop Dogg and the other one was country western. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Just
need
as
to-
a, hey, guys, can we have a meeting and look at what's a calendar look like for you? What's it look like for us? And
Sure.
maybe,
yeah,
yeah.
yep, kind of a master calendar of events kind of thing.
Maybe, well, I mean, obviously, it's not anything anybody has to go off of and say, well, you can't have a concert because we're having one. No, it's just, here's what we got going. What are you thinking?
Yep.
What are they thinking?
Or have, you know, Win Place and Show, the other one across the street. Quarters, thank you. Downshift, Patina, you know, have a weekend of entertainers with all those, in all areas, kind of like a Vegas where you can go over here, have a drink, and then go across the street, and, you know, I don't know, that's,
We're
Currently,
gonna have to get transportation. Have you talked about that?
not yet, not yet. The, currently on Rito's, Discover Rito, so they have an events page which gives you an outline of all the different events happening as far as Downshift, Jack's Backstage, Win Place and Show and all that. And then also events that are in the area too. So like stuff that's in the Mountain Gods.
Well, I just want you to know, you are the dumbest event planner, and we do have the worst response to freezing rain that they've ever seen. Quote, Scott at Anaheim Jacks down at Patina's back. So it's hard to work for a-holes like that. I'll just say it right out loud, and I'm gonna say it on social media here in just a little bit, that they're knocking you, and you're in here trying to help them. Okay, so I just don't understand. I'm gonna start getting that word out there, that's the kind of people that you're having to try to please and work for, and they're not having any of it. So go ahead and keep trying, I guess.
I'll just keep doing what I can.
it's not you, Eddie, it's,
And Eddie, as you know, I ate my piece of humble pie a minute ago, but
I missed that.
yes, you did.
Can we like rewind that?
it's recorded. You
Okay.
can watch it.
It was a mea culpa, a big time.
But, you know, with the track situation, certainly this year, thank God we've got these events,
Yeah.
so.
Eddie's done an unbelievable job of reaching out, and I know we were trying to get, you talked to him about the motorcycle guy?
So is it okay to talk about it?
Yeah, I don't know how much I missed. I'm sorry. I was just taking care of a citizen.
Yeah.
But he's got so many wonderful deals, and it's not just ideas. He's reached out, made the contacts to find out what it's going to take, and they're wanting to schedule Zoom meetings with us
This Monday.
Monday.
So, okay, I'll give you guys a big picture thing.
Teaser.
It's easier. Here you go. So there's a professional athlete named Brian Deegan. He's kind of the godfather of dirt sports. Pro motocross champion, pro supercross champion, trophy trucks, side by side. He's sponsored by all of them, rally car racing. He was the first one to do the backflip on a motorcycle at the X Games. He's won 4 X Games gold medals. His son is actually the #1 motocross, supercross racer right now
For
at 250 in the world at age 20. And his daughter, Haley Deegan, is actually a pro NASCAR racer. So having him come in to work with us in designing the most epic dirt course megaplex in the world here behind the airport for side-by-sides, trophy trucks, motocross, as a signature track by him, pretty much is like having Tiger Woods design a golf course for you. And so he is going to have a conversation with us this Monday.
And then just the amount of people that come in to watch those things, to do training. But this is something that long-term, if something happens at the track and we don't have horse racing, that this stuff is easily done. You still have this, you still have the stadiums, you still have the bathrooms, you still have all that stuff, and then redo that infield.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. So we're going to explore what the options could be. And then you've had Tony Hawk and BMX, you talked about that.
We also are in conversations with World Supercross about bringing a World Supercross championship here for 25,000 people. And there's 27 or 28. And that would be, could be at the track, it could be, you know, a venue that we design. Have conversations with Tony Hawk about, you know, in X Games about, you know, building a action sports skateboard park for BMX. That would be, you know, a venue that would have X Games.
Well, that brings
potentially
a
here.
lot of people to town.
And they're on
does.
TV pretty regular, but that BMX, the pump tracks, they
Yeah.
call them,
Yeah.
where they get the races and it's not in a huge area.
Yeah.
And then it can kind of work also with the skateboarding.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of things that we've talked about working with on the White Mountain Sports Complex master plan, that we had talked
Yeah.
about being able to possibly do something there too.
Yeah.
So it's, a
Well,
lot
now-
of this is just what do they see about Ruidoso, but what he's done with the Xterra and Ironman gives us so much credibility with these folks.
Yeah, we're working also with Travis, who runs USA BMX. BMX is actually in the Olympics now. So believe it or not, BMX is a big sport in the Olympics. And we're talking with him about the possibilities if we were able to build a USA BMX track here, then he'd have Olympians training here, high altitude training. And imagine having Olympians go out to schools and meeting with the kids, talking about sports and outdoor recreation and BMX, and having kids come out and actually train with Olympians at the course. You know, we'd be guaranteed Gold Cup championship events.
Well, now that we have snow, could you get Sean White?
Susan, how do you know it's Sean White?
I like that.
Well, I mean, you think about if we have snow, like if we have the track for outdoor dirt sports, imagine professional extreme snowmobiling.
Yeah.
You know, events. And also, the guys who are looking at, like Brian Deegan and his manager was saying, if we do the dirt track, we could do a freestyle training course so they could have X Game qualifier events for freestyle. You know, the guys do the flips in the air and the jumps and stuff. So we would have that, and it would bring people from all around the country to come here and spend weekends or weeks to come up here and ride the most amazing dirt courses for rally car. We'd have Red Bull rally car races. There's a whole bunch of things going on with a whole bunch of different groups that are conversations, but the DEF diving championships, we got a contract for that. We just got it. And we're having the conversation with Brian Deegan and his manager on Monday to see if we can
We could
put
do
it
the
in.
skijoring, the one where you have the horse that pulls the
Oh, yeah,
skier.
that'd be great.
And they go over the berms, and that's something that we could do in the wintertime at the track. We've talked to them about it before with snowmaking equipment. And we have all of that sand, I mean, and that's turning into a huge sport in Colorado.
Yes, it
It's
is.
called skijoring or something.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. But having those small events over a 2-3 day period and bringing in these things to really beef up, to bring in more quality events, what I'm trying to say.
Susan, you talked about the snow. I don't know if you've been seeing Eric Vaughn's posts. He's went to
Switzerland? Austria.
Alps, and he said he went to the Dolomites
Yeah.
where they're doing the Olympics, and he said the snow there is horrible.
Wow.
So
Ooh.
When I went to Italy, when you come into Milan, they have a giant exhibition for Olympics. Everybody's talking about the Olympics. It's the biggest thing in Italy right now. It's everywhere. And so the interesting thing is like with the triathlons that we're doing for the World Championships and with Ironman, we actually have World Triathlon coming here to be judges, which means that, wow, how cool would it be to have like an Olympic qualifier event here?
yeah.
So those are things that we're thinking about too.
Have you ever been to Lake Placid?
I've been up there, but I haven't been to it specifically.
Lake Placid, where they had the 80 Winter
Yeah.
Olympics, is about the size of Ruidoso. I was shocked. I mean, was, like if we had the Olympics, the ice skate, the speed skating was done at the high school. It was remarkable how they utilized what small resources.
And when you watch it on TV, you'd never know.
Yeah.
You're none the wiser.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
Mayor Crawford, members of the council, she said she's ready to meet. She did hear about the racetrack closing for postponing their summer races. That was the state engineer, so she did reply.
About the cliff, the
Having a meeting on that, so.
Cool, great.
Is that depth or
It's,
depth?
so it's DODS, being it's from Norway, DODS Diving League, which I guess in Norwegian means Death Diving League. So the actual diving isn't about how graceful it is going into the water. It's about how big your belly flop from 50 feet can be. But if you've seen the videos, which some of you have, it's pretty amazing what these people do and what they accomplish doing these dives. It's a very party atmosphere in a way. It's fun, and it reaches 70 million people on ESPN.
A lot of alcohol is involved.
Probably so,
Yep.
Councilor Letterman, yes. I'm open to questions and anything that you want to talk about in regards to the events and
We just
partnerships.
appreciate all your wonderful energy that you bring
Thank you.
to the village. It's exceptional.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Well, I remember when we first met Eddie, I don't know who I was with when we went in to go meet Eddie, but he seemed like, right then, a fit, even though he was from California.
I was only there for a year. I was from Las Vegas, Nevada. Yeah,
But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna tell him what your acronym is.
go for it.
I labeled him Action Eddie. So a couple days ago, I said, Action Eddie, I need to come up with something for that acronym, Action. So this is what I'll come up with, folks. And I believe it spills over into many of the people within the village because, they take action and they come up with very innovative, let's just say productive ideas and implement them. But the action is achieving challenges through inspired, optimistic nurturing.
Wow.
That's good, Joe.
How long did that take you?
Well, I talked to him, and I sent him a text with that night.
There you go.
Thank you, Councilor Eby, appreciate that very much. Yeah.
He's got a lot of stuff he really can't talk about right now that
Yes.
it's scratching the
I hate
surface.
that too. I hate.
Well,
when-
it's,
If we could get him to blink twice for if we ask him a question.
could be very, very exciting.
I think the pregnant pause has told us everything.
And it's if we could, would you type deal that he's working with some of the folks here and others to do it. And then they're checking us out and and
Yeah.
calling him back. And so, he opens up the doors, makes the contacts, and it's working out very well. So he does a great job.
I just want to thank every one of you for all your support, because all these events we're doing and stuff, it's all because you guys are making it happen. So I appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Eddie.
Yeah, we
I have
Question?
one ask, if it's possible, and may or may not be. Is there any way of possibly getting some help with like an event coordinator, admin person?
Did you put it in your deal?
I did.
Where's it at?
Is that the very first?
I missed that one too?
It's, if you go to goal number 1, it says, resources needed, full-time event coordinator, admin.
Oh, yes. So you need somebody to help you with paperwork.
A lot of times I find myself having 3 different things happening at the one time, and I just don't want to start missing things. And I realize that with the World Championships, with Ironman,
Yeah.
with all these things that I'm going to help try to bring the village, I really need the time to be able to hunt things down and find opportunities.
Could that be a part-time position?
Counselor Corey, I had a part-time person in the summer who was really helpful, but I realized that I really need a person who can help me full-time.
And he went back to school.
Was it an intern?
It was Starkovich, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
geez.
Oh, yes.
Son. Yeah, Peyton was great. He helped out a lot, but I realized that with everything going on and with now really trying to hunt down opportunities to bring to the village, I really need to be able to focus on trying to bring opportunities to the village. And that a lot of the admin stuff and a lot of the just coordinating, just getting the events coordinated out and stuff, I'm going to find myself stretching out too much. So if that's a possibility to have someone like that, that would help out a whole bunch.
We have a lot of people who call Village Hall that want to talk to Eddie Bryan.
There are or not?
There are.
Well,
Event permitting, there's just a whole bunch of different things, and then the 3 different boards to oversee, and I realize I'm only one person.
yeah,
Right.
you got a vehicle.
Well, that was last year. Well, that was,
You want to sell that and get someone?
well, that was last year's ask, Counselor Corey.
And I know you missed the one from the police department. Do you have someone in mind, Eddie?
I don't have anyone right now in mind. I just wanted to present it and see if that was even an option.
I still haven't found it.
That was the very first one.
Would this person like go to Milan with you and do all?
Susan, are you looking for a job?
I can coordinate pretty good.
So we need to figure out what that person looks like. We need to come up
And
with some
costs.
duties and
Yeah.
everything, and then we can put what that looks like money-wise. And
I can work with Cheryl on that and come up with
because,
something.
your department brings in revenue,
Yeah,
and so we do want to figure that out. And you have the office space.
I do have office space, yes. Yep,
It's as big as this room.
Are you officing at Horton?
I am, yeah. Yep.
Okay? All right. Well, thank you, Edward.
Thank you all so much. Appreciate all your help and support.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Action, Eddie.
Is it lunchtime? I don't know.
The food's ready.
What is it today?
Gregory.
Okay, do y'all,
It's chicken, but I don't remember which, chicken marsala.
okay, we can, if y'all are okay, then we'll start with the Wingfield House Museum with Stephanie, if that's all right with you after lunch. Is that okay with y'all? Okay, and I forgot to
Have
call
lunch here.
Steve. I just
yeah,
remembered. All right, we'll take a break and have lunch.
All right, lunchtime.
I need to